one another's karmic soulmates. Okay, the karmic soulmates are not like romantic soulmates. They're often the person that you learn from, you grow. Sometimes they can hurt you very deeply and then you move on. I used to have such a crush. Hi everyone, welcome back to No Lifetime. My name is Holly. So grateful to have you all. Let's get into this reading. I'm not doing a couples update this week, but I did want to focus on one couple, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, because I think we can learn so much from it. For some reason last night, when I was writing down all the videos I wanted to do, they popped into my mind. Like, I literally had Ashton Kutcher pop into my mind. Yeah, so if you don't know him, he's an actor, she's an actress. They were both on that 70s show. He was married to Demi Moore. He had a huge cheating scandal. I don't even really remember the cheating scandal because it was a time that I never really watched TV. I just remember seeing it like on Twitter like a while ago. Was it on Twitter? Some social media. I remember seeing it on social media a long time ago. It was almost 9 years ago. Or longer. I think like 10 years ago. When he cheated and so forth, and it was like released on the dirty, I believe it's called like the dirty.com, something like that. Anyway, so I wanted to do a breakdown of them as a couple. I think it's very important. This is what we can learn. I am intuitive based, doesn't mean that I'm always right. It's not fact based. I'm usually accurate. I'm like usually 99% accurate. Doesn't mean I'll be accurate here. So let me read out the charts. Ashton Kutcher, his sun is in Aquarius, his moon is in Aquarius, and his rising is Gemini. Oh my gosh. Mila Kunis, his sun is in Leo, moon is in Scorpio, and rising is in Sagittarius. Interesting. So one is very air, the other is very fiery. Opposites, and I always say this about opposite signs, they're usually one another's karmic soulmates. Okay, the karmic soulmates are not like romantic soulmates. They're often the person that you learn from, you grow. Sometimes they can hurt you very deeply and then you move on. I used to have such a crush on Ashton Kutcher when I was younger. When I was a kid, actually my ex-boyfriend used to look a lot like him. And yeah, it had punked and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know, I've just always, after I got over that crush, I just felt like he tried too hard, you know? But yeah, I just had to throw that in. Okay, so let's look at the past. So with the past, I pulled up past, present, future. Past, 5 of Earth, 10 of Fire, and Messenger of Fire. So I think that they've always had a very strong connection since they met. There was like a lot of chemistry, especially opposite signs, and opposite signs are attracted to one another. It's like combustious. Especially, I've had an instance with the Leo, and I felt that. I felt a lot of chemistry, a lot of like, especially I always believe, I think Aquarius, I'm Sun in Aquarius. I'm actually double Aquarius like he is. I used to think my rising was in Virgo, but I really think my rising is in Libra. I think my mother got my time of birth wrong, and it's off 2 hours. So I think it was like 30 minutes before that or something, and then I would be Libra. Well, after I'd be Libra. Yeah, I think I was born later, and she thought I was born earlier. But anyways, it's not her fault, whatever. I just think that because I relate a lot to rising in Libra. So his rising in Gemini, I feel very similarly. The problem with air signs in relationships, we need somebody, especially, I have to check out his Venus, I forgot to check that out, but especially if you have a Venus in an air sign, the other person has to approach you. Because even with male energy, masculine energy, the other person has to say that they want to be with you. Moon in Aquarius too. If you have strong Aquarius dominant, the other person has to show interest in you first. That's just what I've seen. So with the present being Hermit, King of Water, and 3 of Fire. So right now I can see a lot of growth. It's going through a lot of growth. I feel like Ashton Kutcher, there was the time when he was like the most hated. I'd say 2019, him and Justin Timberlake, also a fellow Sun and Aquarius, were the two most hated guys in the world. Like, nothing they could do was right. Everything was wrong they were doing. Everybody was always constantly telling them they're wrong and anything they did. And then Demi Moore wrote that book, and he almost tweeted something, and it's really nice to watch E-News. I used to teach yoga very early in the morning. I'd come back, take a nap, and go to my other job at night, and in between that I would watch E-News. And I remember watching E-News and just seeing that he tweeted that he almost responded to Demi Moore, and then he was like, you know, my life is too good. I actually might do a breakdown of Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher of how everything happened. So I might do that because I think it's very interesting. We can learn a lot about Aquarius, Sun and Aquarius, because we can be very complicated. The women are very different to the men. I've dated a lot of Aquarius men, and we both love liberty, we both love freedom, but I feel like a lot of Aquarius men cheat. I've seen it a lot. He's an example of that. And honestly, the reason why I mention that, I don't think he has fully been faithful in this relationship. I'm just gonna be honest with you. But now he's growing and seeing that it's not conducive to him, you know, that frat boy energy. I think that's why I've had such difficulty when I date American men. Not as, I don't like to deter myself from dating any culture or any race, but sometimes I feel like culturally I don't fit in, like with the whole frat boy, toilet humor, like ha 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 ha. Like a fart is not funny, do you know what I'm saying? But to each their own. I'm not judging it. It's just not for me. I like more. It's interesting because he's Sun and Aquarius. He's Sun and Aquarius requires more depth. But I do see him developing more depth. And it's going to take time. I think he's put her... I don't know why I thought she was a Virgo. And I just got the Virgo card. But until I looked up her chart, I thought she was a Virgo. He's put her through a lot. It's not easy being with the Sun and Aquarius guy. He's put her through a lot. And publicly, there's about to be the Sun, Queen of Earth, 7 of 5. There's about to be a public, I wouldn't say scandal, but story about them very soon. It's in the next 2 months. I'm recording this on April 12th, so May, June. By June 2023, time is fluid. I'm usually accurate with that, but not always. Especially because we have free will. There's going to be a story that comes out that is very hurtful to her, and he's going to have to grow as a man and rebuild their relationship. They're going to have to start this relationship all over from scratch. Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. They're going to have a renewal. I think even they're going to renew their vows. But he's going to have to apologize to her for doing something to her. I think it might be other activities outside the marriage. 10 of Messenger of Earth. She's not going to be very happy. She's going to find out some information. It's not very good about him. Treating people a certain way. Just being like a very player. You know, male Aquarius can be very player energy. Very, very player energy. 3 of Patience. And she's had to develop patience. She's going to have to develop even more patience regarding him and the situation. And I think, you know, our karmics come to treat us. I think even though they have a renewal now, in the long term, their relationship will not withstand a lot of this because they're on 2 different vibrations. You know, she's very like happy-go-lucky, and you know, Leos, you can see like they wear their heart on their sleeve. You can see if they're having a bad day. You can see, but Aquarius, we can be very cold. You can't really tell much about us. You know, we don't really show our emotions that much, and it's tough. It's really tough. I know it's tough being with an Aquarius. I know, because unless you've shown us your truth and we fully trust you, you'll never see the full side of us. And even though they've been married for this long, I don't think she's fully seen him, truly seen him. But they're going to get into another phase of the relationship where she will. And then she's going to have to decide if she's going to stay or to go. And over time, I see her going. So that's what I have for you all. I love you all. Please comment. I would love to have to say it. Please be respectful. Take care.